Welcome, everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm coming to you live from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, where I live with my husband of 25 years and our two boys that are 16 and 18 years old. And I want to share with you something that I've been involved with for 15 years. I started with this company that I'm going to give you information on tonight back in 2008. And whoever invited you to take a look, maybe they've been working with me for a month, maybe they've been working with me for 10 plus years, but they're probably pretty passionate about it, as am I. And there's a reason why when I first got started in this, I decided pretty quickly that it was imperative that I shared it with others. Now, at the time, I was working full time as a physician assistant. I saw patients, uh, wrote 200 prescriptions a day, saw 60 patients a day, had just started two businesses, had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and was working a full time job seeing patients. And so I really wasn't interested in adding anything to my plate, if I'm being honest. But what I was interested in was health and time freedom. And what was going to give me time freedom was a replacement of the income that I had. And that income that I had as a PA, I had created over 8.5 years of schooling, $100,000 invested into my education. My husband was a general contractor, but in 2008, we all know what was happening. The economy was crashing, and I really was the sole source of income. And it was frustrating because I never saw my kids. And so I began, and I was in my early 30s thinking, is this going to be the rest of my life? Am I always going to be working this hard to have the income that I want? Am I never going to be able to take more than 2 weeks of vacation a year? Am I never going to get to go on the Friday field trips? And so I had begun searching for other streams of income. Thus, we opened a skincare retail store in 2008. We opened a construction company in 2008, and I was overworked. And my nephew had been diagnosed with severe autism that year. And that diagnosis, maybe more importantly, the prognosis, when I sat with my sister and the doctor said to her, your son will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. He will always be in diapers. And that was some shocking information. And I had not learned about autism in medical school, so I had a lot of questions. I began doing an extensive amount of research on autism, what it was, where they thought it came from. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, and that research led me to understand that autism is likely, potentially, from everything I read, largely has to do with what you're putting into your body, the children's bodies, and what they're not eliminating. And that was very eye-opening to me. And as I was doing this research, I began to understand that what everybody puts into their body, what we're consuming, what we're not eliminating, meaning the toxins that we're consuming every day, are having a massive impact on how this amazing machine that we live in works. Now, being somebody who wrote 200 prescriptions a day and was cutting cancers out of patients every day, I was blown away by this information because I had never learned it in medical school. And I began doing more research. And I read books like the China Study, and I read books like The Truth About Cancer, which opened my eyes to understanding why we're taught to write prescriptions in medical school rather than taught about nutrition and the importance of nutrition. And so when my brothers called me and said, hey, we've got this business we want you to look at, I was businessed out. I just invested $100,000 in businesses. I was working 12 hours a day and seeing patients and trying to run two businesses. I quickly said no. And they said, we know you're really into nutrition. We'd love your feedback on the products. I took a look at this company. I was blown away by their philosophy of cleansing your body of the toxins, balancing out your pH, your sleep, your exercise, building your cells up with whole raw food nutrition so this amazing machine can work the way it was made to work. I knew that was truth. I had heard that they used it in the clinical practice with patients for 30 years. And I said, 30 years with patients is a long time. They had products in the physician's desk reference. So it wasn't just started yesterday by a bunch of guys who got together and said, hey, this industry is the future. Health and wellness is the future, by the way. Everybody with a body is figuring out I need to take care of this amazing machine. I only get one. And so it's the future. Let's hire some guys and put together some stuff and start a company and make some money. That's not how this started. It started in the clinical practice with patients. And there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get into this clinical practice to hear the message of Cleanse, Balance, Build. And they said, we should start a company where word of mouth is how it spreads and everybody can get their hands on this information. And I said, that's brilliant. I looked at what they offered. I looked at their omega-3 product. I looked at their calcium, plant-based calcium product. Cow's milk is not good, by the way. I looked at all of these things and compared it to what I had in my house. I'm like, they know what they're talking about. I'm in. Called my brothers and said, look, I'm interested. I actually had no interest in being very honest with sharing the business with anybody. I was interested in the products and had no expectations because when people consume products, they expect nothing. They expect no results, vitamins, supplementation. And so when within a week, my sleep issues were totally like, I had horrible insomnia. Most women multitask. I had all these things in my head. I'd lay down and race. My mind would race all night. And that lack of sleep, in case you don't know, leads to all kinds of other issues: mind fog, mental fog, inability to lose weight, constipation, all kinds of issues, inflammation, which is the root of all disease. So when you start sleeping, everything changes. So I start sleeping. My 3-year-old's constipation issues go away in a week. Within 6 weeks, my husband's extreme depression and anger issues were gone. Marriage saving. I mean, that was price. I mean, there was no price that could be put on that. I was encouraged to put my husband on antidepressants because I'm a prescriber. I said, I don't want to go that road with him. So we were just dealing with it. And when 6 weeks down the road, we weren't dealing with the highs and the lows and the depression anymore. Marriage saved. My boys are now 15, 16, and 18. They've never seen their dad the way I did the first 10 years of our marriage. I believe with all my heart, I wouldn't be married 25 years if this had not entered our lives in 2008. So I was big 6 weeks in. 3 months in, some massive things had happened. I'd lost 32 pounds. Weight I'd been trying to lose and could not get off no matter how hard I tried. My husband lost about 20, 25 pounds. My pictures I'll show you. But the big one was my nephew went from being totally nonverbal to speaking in full sentences. And we'd been told he would never speak. That was my moment when I said, is this? What are these products? Like, why is this working so well? I have a medical mind. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know if somebody just used 1 or 2 of the products, why they didn't see the same results as people who got started on our stronger system, our 30-day servicing that services your whole body. So I started doing all this research. And I've been sharing it now for 15 years. I closed my skincare store about 3 years in. We do the construction company literally as a hobby now. And this has totally replaced the income I made as a physician assistant. Again, 8.5 years of schooling, $100,000 of education. I made more money than most doctors because of the field that I was in, but I worked all the time. Business is not for everyone. I do know that after 15 years. It's for a specific subset of people who are looking to create an additional income stream, who are thinking, I need to get ahead, but I just don't know how I can do it. And I will tell you, if you can spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, following our system, following the plan, following the teachings that we have figured out works really well, you can create an additional stream of income. But most people are just going to be interested in the products, going to be consumers of the products. And it's my goal to make sure that everybody in America has the opportunity to have a membership with this company. I want you to think of it like Costco or Amazon, a membership with this company so that you can get literally the best of the best health and wellness supplementation in your house. Supplementation that is all from whole raw food, that is in the physician's desk reference, that was used in a clinical practice for 30 years. This is real stuff, guys. And so whoever invited you tonight wants you to know about it because they have their own personal story. I'm going to bring somebody on here in a little bit just to share their story, but I want to show you some pictures because I promised you I would show you how this has radically changed our lives and how different we look. So when I was, on the health journey and I was doing all the research, I had an organic garden, I had the big juicer, and I looked like this. And if you'd asked me, how is your health? I'd been like, my health is great. I'm fine. We don't walk around with signs that say I'm constipated. We don't walk around with signs that say my hands hurt every morning when I wake up. My hips hurt when I walk. I was like, I'm fine. Yet 3 months later, after starting on the supplementation, I looked like a healthy person. I look like a healthy person now because I've been pouring this plant-based nutrition in every single morning for 15 years. And so my husband also, as I told you, had a radical change. You can see the physical change. It was the mental change, though, that radically changed the atmosphere in our house. And of course, my nephew, who just graduated from the same high school that I graduated from in Tallahassee, something we were told would never happen. So I don't know what you're attracted to here, the health aspect, the income aspect, but you might know people who are recommending other products, other companies to you. And when you ask, what makes this different? It's a question I am asked every single day. What makes you different from blah, blah, blah? Well, here's the thing. If you're going to start a business, you need to make sure it's for 100% of the population, 100% of the demographic. Whether you're offering a service or a product, it needs to be for 100% of the demographic. I sold a skincare, expensive skincare, to a small subset of the population, the women who want to spend $100 a month on their skin. It's a small portion of the population. This is for everyone. Everybody with a body, every man, every woman, every child, their parents, their grandparents, their dogs and their cats, everybody with a body at some point recognizes what you put into your body matters. Maybe there's been a new diagnosis of high blood pressure. Maybe someone in your family's had a stroke. Maybe there's been a diagnosis of depression or anxiety. Maybe there's a skin rash you cannot get rid of. At some point, you recognize what you put into your body matters and you go looking. Why do we have multiple medical doctors recommending this in their practice? Because it works, because it's been around a long time. It's a consumable product. If you're going to invest in a product or a company and you're going to be thriving on sales, you want to make sure the sales are not a one-time sale. They keep coming back. We have a consumable product. Within 30 days, people run out, and of their own accord, 93 out of 100 people who purchase our starter package choose to repurchase at least 2 to 3 of our products going forward. We're a 15-year-old company. We didn't start yesterday. That means we're going to be here next year, and we're going to be here 10 years from now. Unlike companies that start, 98% of them are gone within the first 5 years. We're not going anywhere. We're debt-free, and yet less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist. People like Richard Branson and Tony Robbins are huge fans of this business model. They both believe that all Americans should have a small business on the side for the tax benefits. I could do a whole seminar on the tax benefits of small businesses and why every single one of you should have a small business. Do you have one? Why not? Probably because it's too expensive to get started. They're too expensive to get started. They require too much time to keep them running. The taxes, the paperwork, the inventory, all of it, the employees. It's hard to find good employees. I did all of that. My husband did all that with the construction company. These guys love this business model because of the low investment to get started, the low overhead, the ability to do a little bit every day. I started the skincare retail store because of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, because of his book that I read in 2008. The Business of the 21st Century came out in 2010. And this man, also a billionaire, talks about this business model being the future of the 21st century. Leverage your time, make money while you sleep. Usually only actors, actresses, songwriters get to make money while they sleep. You all have the ability to make money while you sleep if you plug into this business model that we have here. But maybe you're attracted to how we market it. Maybe you're attracted to the products that are offered. I was attracted to how it started. 30 years in a clinical practice, word of mouth advertising. That's how they chose to get it started. And I said, that's brilliant. I'm not telling anybody. And then my nephew started speaking and I said, I'm telling everybody. And when people question me, I'm like, I don't know. He wasn't speaking. We got introduced to Live Pure products and now he is speaking. I mean, you tell me. That's pretty drastic. And it wasn't just Bo, the way. I now believe that over 98% of the health issues we face as a human race are a result of these 3 things. We're toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. We're putting saran wrap on our food. Our food is being sprayed by guys wearing this and we're eating it. We're out of balance. We don't get enough sleep. We're not exercising enough. We're eating mostly acidic foods, meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread. We're not getting enough plants and we're undernourished. And multiple studies have shown this, guys. So the Journal of Nutrition shows that more than half of our kids do not have the essential vitamins and minerals that they need. So we're supplementing. We're trying to supplement. We have cabinets that look like this. We don't travel with it. We don't take it consistently because we cannot tell when we take it and we can't tell when we don't. It's a problem. If you're going to spend money on supplements, don't you think you should be able to tell? Is there a 30-day satisfaction guarantee when you buy vitamin C from the local health food store? No, we have a 30-day satisfaction guarantee here. You can't go wrong. And you can't reach your way out of this situation. I heard just today somebody say, oh, my husband and I were really healthy. Oh, you are? Okay, well, over a decade now, we've had studies showing that you can't eat your way out of the situation we're in here. You have to have 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get the same amount of nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. So we're literally starving. Oh, so you're supplementing your vitamin C from the local Walgreens? You know, they're not third-party verified. Every single one of our products has third-party independent laboratory testing to make sure we have what we say we have. Where are you getting your omega-3s from? Your body doesn't function properly without daily consumption of omega-3s. Where are you getting them? You've got to be supplementing, guys. Cleansing your body of the toxins, balancing out your pH, building your cells up with whole raw food nutrition. We have a medical advisory panel made up of physicians around the country who recommend these products and their practices. Many of our products are in the PDR. This is the Core Plus. This is that 30-day servicing. See, this body, you have your entire life. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you serviced it? We service our cars every 10,000 miles. We service the air conditionings here in Florida. We service our roofs, we service our houses, things that we have multiple cars. You live in multiple houses. You have one home for your soul. Okay, and there's signs that it needs to be serviced. You're struggling to lose weight. You have inflammation. You have pain. Your hair is thinning out. Your nails are brittle. You don't sleep well. You don't poop every day. These are signs that you need to cleanse. Your car has these things going off. But this, the one thing that you cannot replace, deserves to be serviced. So on this Core Plus starter package, this is a 30-day servicing. Think of it that way. Okay. We're going to cleanse the 7 channels that you eliminate through, not just your intestines, not just your pooping, but your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, intestines, all need to be cleansed. See, we didn't used to have to cleanse like this because we didn't used to consume all the pesticides and toxins we're consuming now. What are you putting under your arm every day? What are you putting on your face? What are you washing your hair with? What are you putting on your food? What do you store your food in? Got to cleanse it out, guys. And then we have to pour the omega-3 plant-based nutrition in so your brain can properly communicate to your cells, so you can sleep the way you're supposed to sleep. The vitamins that we know are essential that even our kids are not getting are in that daily build liquid vitamin. The calcium should not be coming from cow's milk. It needs to come from plants, perfectly combined with magnesium. We have that in our calcium MK. Sulfur decreases inflammation. Are you popping pills every day because your hands hurt, your hips hurt, you have pain? You're going to love our sulfur. This is our 30-day servicing. It's 30 seconds of nutrition in the morning. More nutrition than most people get in a week. You're going to get in the morning, every single morning for 30 days. And at the end of those 30 days, this is what most people notice. Better sleep, I noticed. More energy, I noticed. Less pain, I noticed. Better bowel habits, I noticed. Better mood, my husband noticed. Weight loss, we both noticed. In 30 days. And then again, 93 out of 100 people repurchase unsolicited. Why? Because they notice the changes. And then I love what happens at 90 days. Come in and get the lab results. I want to see the lab results. I mean, that's night and day. You can't say, oh, I just feel better. It's proof. If you're over 50, if you're on prescription meds, if you have something you're battling, you need to start with the Core Complete. It includes all of our super fruits that are from regions all around the world. The Himalayan mountains, the volcanic regions of the earth produce our noni. The goji is called the happy berry. If you struggle with depression or libido or circulation issues, diabetes, you're going to want to add that one on. Each of these fruits are not powdered down and then shipped over and rehydrated with other things. They are liquefied where they're harvested, flash frozen, and then shipped that way to America, to where we can then purchase it. They're not the best tasting superfruits in the world, but we have an amazing smoothie that we put them all in every morning. And my boys, since they were young, have been doing either shots or smoothies. These are my boys. This is Camden, probably when he was 6. He's now 16. But every morning, shots in our house. They now choose to take the products on their own. I don't have to tell them. They make their own smoothies. They make their own shots in the morning. They both are also avid users of our sports line. And all of their friends ask them what they do for their muscles. So if you have somebody in your household looking to gain muscles, look at our sports line. We have a lot of different product lines. We have a metabolic reset that's amazing for women in their menopausal years that are struggling to lose the weight. Ask about our metabolic reset. We have the sports line is tremendous. We have a skincare line straight from Korea, and we have videos educating on all of these things. And so you don't have to figure it all out. We've put it all on this website, purelifechangers.com, where the doctors are educating, and we have different users educating on how they consume the products. This is our Korean skincare line, $188 for about a 2.5-month supply. And the best part is over 95% of users see results within 2 weeks. Fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, 30-day satisfaction guarantee. It's worth a shot. We've partnered with a nonprofit organization called Love Justice International, which has over 500 boots on the ground to stop children from being sex trafficked. And a proportion of the proceeds of our very popular collagen probiotic biotin mix that tastes amazing and gives you the collagen you need for your tendons, your ligaments, but also for your skin, hair, and nails. and the biotin and probiotics for your gut. This is a powerful, powerful product. Ask whoever invited you to add you to our Changing Lives with Pure page. I like to call it TripAdvisor for Pure. It's where people come in and share their testimonies, what's happened with them. You can use the search box, as I'm about to do in this example, to type in whatever you're struggling with: migraines, liver function tests, kidney results. This example, it was ADHD, and pull up videos of people who've used it, what their results were, and why they love it so much. Ask to be added to that group. In the beginning, my goal was to get everybody with a membership for Pure, but I began to find people who could not afford the $289, guys. That's what the Core Plus is, less than $10 a day. And I would have people say, oh, this all sounds amazing, but I can't afford $289. One-time purchase of $289. And I realized we have a bigger problem. People need to, if you can't afford $289, if you're 35, 45, 55, 65, we have a bigger problem. And I want to help people create income to where if they see something they want to purchase, it's essential for their home, for their soul to thrive, they should be able to do that. So if you're struggling financially, please look at the business. This is the future. We're not going anywhere. E-commerce, online sales, and health and wellness. We're looking for people who will scream this from the rooftops with us. Livepure.com is where you can go if you just want to consume products and get a membership. Memberships are free. They give you 25% off the retail price, and there's no obligation to ever purchase anything again, although you will want to. So you can go to livepure.com and go through shopping, throw in the family package. That service is not just your body, but your whole family's body. It's what I started with. I don't know that I'd be here if I started with just the Core Plus, because I wouldn't have shared it with my husband and my kids and my nephew. Because I had the family package, I shared it with everyone, and these testimonies started coming in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to share this. That's how I started with this. So you can choose to be a preferred customer. Again, no charge for that, no obligation to purchase. Again, think of it like joining Costco or Amazon, but without the membership fee. But if you're thinking, I need extra money, I know people who need to hear this, I would like to create an additional income stream, look at being a brand partner. It's $49 to get started with a business with Pure, and that's waived with one of our business packages. When you join us as a brand partner, we plug you into our training system. So if you were to purchase a franchise today, Orange Theory, Subway, they would demand that you go to their trainings. You have to pay for your flight, pay for your hotel, leave whatever your typical job and life is over here. Go there and learn how to open the store, learn how to do this stuff. You would invest and buy the space for your Orange Theory or your Subway. Maybe you would lease that location. You would put all of the things that need to be in there. If it's an Orange Theory, it's the bikes and the rowers and the treadmills. You're going to have to hire the staff. You have to follow their guidelines and give them royalty fees for what you make every month, plus pay all of your overhead. Your overhead here is 3 products a month. About $135 worth of products. And if you can't afford that, but your Aunt Betty is one of your customers, your overhead is covered. Your investment initially is your products that you and your family are going to consume. You get to eat your business. And the training, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get a flight. You don't have to stay in a hotel, leave your life. The training is all online. We send you a welcome text where you literally start doing the training. I say 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week to create a weekly check here. Do some people spend more time on it than that? Absolutely. Do you have to? No. We have in-person training events that you can choose to go to. I highly recommend. Our next one is in Jacksonville, Florida, February 8th, 9th, and 10th. And that's something that we offer where you can come for 2 days straight and learn everything you need to know about the business, leave with everything you need, or you can just do it all online. Both options are there for you. We have a leadership retreat that my husband and I put on twice a year. Asheville leadership retreat, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If you join tonight, you can totally be in the running for that if you come in with one of our VIP family packs. This was one of the evenings at our last leadership retreat in June at Bison View Lodge in Helen, Georgia. And I just want to tell you, we have an amazing time. We have an amazing community here, people whose lives are getting absolutely changed. Kristen walked away from a full-time income, but she was out of her house over half of the year, missed her girls growing up through elementary school, through middle school. Go-getter. This woman is a go-getter, but she was sick of missing out on her kids' lives. Skip saw the presentation, saw that Phil Knight, the founder of the biggest shoe symbol in the world, was one of our majority investors, and he said, I'm in, we're doing this. So Kristen walked away from that full-time job and poured herself into this business. She made $30,000 in 9 weeks, has gone on to become one of our top earners. And one of the first people she invited to take a look at this was her friend Cozy, who just lost her husband to cancer, was raising the 4 kids by herself, was a Pilates instructor. And Cozy learned by the online training how to invite people to watch a presentation just like this and went on to make $32,000 her first 12 weeks in the business. David and Lindley sat down one afternoon in 2018 and called 50 people, inviting them to take a look at a presentation just like this. 6 months later, they'd made $102,000 from that one afternoon of sitting down. Josh and Ashley made over $30,000 in 6 weeks and paid off all of their credit cards. They now continue to make weekly checks with Pure, and they take that money and reinvest it into real estate to the tune of 12 separate passive income real estate properties that they were able to purchase with their Pure income. Does everyone do this? No. Is it easy? No. Starting an Orange Theory, starting a franchise isn't easy either. It's work. But where else can you create a weekly check? If you need an extra $100,000 in the next 12 months, what are you going to do to get that? How are you going to pay off your credit card debt? How are you going to get ahead? What is your plan? Go get another job and trade your hours for dollars? Invest in real estate? You need money to do that. And I hate to tell you, but it takes time and knowledge to invest in real estate. Anybody can do this. Will anybody do this? I don't know your work ethic. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know who you know. I don't know what life decisions you've made the last 15 years so that when you call somebody, will they look? My friend Colette, I met in January out in Cabo at a mastermind retreat, and she is a social influencer. She has thousands and thousands. She has 100,000 followers on Instagram, 200,000 followers on TikTok. She saw the power of what we had, began sharing it on her page, and earned a 5-star luxury trip to Greece in less than 3 months. Definitely gets weekly checks, thousands and thousands of dollars per month she makes from just sharing these products on her pages. How do you make money here? Well, you can either build teams, or you can maybe just share products with your friends and family. If you have 20 friends and family members who consume 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. Think of it as being a vending machine. Now, they need to know about your product, so we teach you how to invite them. We teach you what videos to share with them. We have an app that you can share it through, and you can see if they watch it or not. And then when they can start to consume the product, there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee every time. How are we thriving? Because our products actually work. Because 93% of people repurchase if they start with one of our starter packs. Or you might build teams. And I'll tell you, customers become teams. Customers decide to start telling others, and they become a team. I have teams all over the world. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I started sharing it with people that I knew. And before I knew it, teams were popping up in New Mexico, and California, and Washington, and North Dakota, and Maine. All over the world, I now have teams. New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Korea. I have teams. Did I know people in those locations? No. I invited somebody I knew to take a look. They invited somebody they knew to take a look, and it spread. I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a pyramid. Okay, what does that mean? You know, where the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job where I worked, where the doctor made the most, then the CFO he hired, then the other doctors, then the PAs. We can't make more than the doctors. Then the nurses and the secretaries, and the secretary does not have a chance of making more than the boss. You mean like that? Huh. Yeah, it's the opposite of that. I make more than the people who told me, and the people who told them, and the people who told them, and the people who told them. You can make more than me. I don't know how coachable you are. I don't know what you're going to do. What I want you to see here is you're just building 2 teams. If you bring in 10 teams, first 2 benefit from the next 4 that go underneath them. You're putting some on a left side, some on a right side. The first people who join you will benefit from the orders that come in next. What does that mean? Well, you see Kara here. Kara comes in and says, I'm not going to tell anybody yet. I just want a spot in your business. I'm going to consume the products and see what I think. No problem, Kara. Wait as long as you want. Kara starts to get emails. Congrats. Beth has joined your team. Leah has joined your team. Brenda has joined your team. Kara's like, I think there's a mistake. I didn't tell any of these people. No, I did. And they're ordering, and their orders are going into a savings account for you, Kara. That when you choose to start sharing it with others, you actually will get paid on Beth, Leah, and Brenda's orders. Timing matters. If you think you're even a little interested, I'm live right now. Jump on afterwards and ask your questions. You can type, there's already questions coming in. You can type your questions in at the bottom. There's no cap. There's a cap to how much I could make as a PA. Anytime I started to make more than the doctors that were in the office with me, I was called into the office and said, we know what's in your contract, but you're making more than the doctors and they don't like that. So we're going to have to change what's in your contract. Are you capped where you are? I met someone this week who owns 2 daycare centers. They're capped. There's only so many kids that can be taken care of in each classroom. So the only way for them to make more money is to either overpack a classroom or pay the teachers less. Doesn't seem like a great option for me. There's a cap on how much those daycare centers can bring in. There's no cap here. If you're looking for an additional income stream, this could be it for you. It's $49 to enroll, but if you start with one of our business packs, that's waived and the shipping is waived. Your monthly overhead is 3 products a month. Again, if Aunt Betty is your customer and she orders 3 products, you don't have to order anything. You cannot imagine not ordering anything. We love these products. We can't go anywhere without them. And then you go place your first order. Order whatever you want. You can start with the Core Plus. You can start with the $289 starter package. But if you're looking at this as a business, I want to really encourage you to come in with the family package. Why? Because you've got enough for your whole family to experience. You've got the best of every single product we offer. You've got the metabolic reset in there. You've got our magic that includes berberine, which is huge for people with insulin resistance. If you haven't looked up berberine, go look it up. You've got our neuro boost, which is huge for the mental and brain fog, along with the omega-3s and the Mila. You've got our Vision 1, which is huge for the eyes. You've got our Pure XL, which has glutathione, the most bioavailable form of glutathione available. Most celebrities are getting IV injections of glutathione to the tune of $1,000 plus. You get that in our VIP starter package. You get our skin defense, which you spray on your hands when you get on the airplane instead of using the alcohol sanitizer. You get our nanoparticle colloidal silver, our vegan shakes, our sports line. Oh, it's the best package ever. Along with that, you also get additional bonuses that the company has on the table right now. You also get into my VIP program. So additional bonuses means you do the same exact work. You invite the same amount of people as the Core Plus person to watch a presentation. The same amount of people join, you make more money because you're getting additional bonuses. You have the option with that to be in our VIP program where you get on special Q&A calls. You get to ask the questions, we answer. Trainings just for you. Okay. Also special presentations that can be private just for you because you came in with this higher package, this VIP package, and you get to run for my leadership retreats. Maybe you'll be in Asheville with us in December, sitting around a campfire. It's very cool to be at this section. So start where you want. Start where you want. You can do whatever you want. But I will tell you this, start a business for $2,500 is a joke. You can write it off. My CPA told me this was the best business I ever started. I was like, this isn't a business. It's cheap. Cheapest business you'll ever start. If you look at it as buying $2,500 worth of supplements, like that's a lot of money. It's actually $4,000 worth of products for $2,500. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like it's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, and you're starting the cheapest business you'll ever start with the biggest potential you've ever started. So livepure.com, guys. Go there, throw into the shopping cart what you want. Choose to be a brand partner at checkout if that's your jam. And be sure to put the name in of the person who invited you. These are the over 40 teams that we helped earn a trip to Italy last year. We stayed in that 5-star luxury resort in the top of the Amalfi Coast. What I want you to see is every walk of life, every color, every age, different backgrounds. This is the over 50 group. I think it was over 52 participants that earned the trip to Greece. We stayed in the same resort George Clooney was in 5 days just before us. This is some of our team hanging out at that pool you just saw. And there's going to be, I have on my vision board right here, over 200 of us going to Switzerland in September of 2024. There's no reason that can't be you. But I can promise you, if you don't change, nothing's going to change. So purelifechangers.com. Stay on with me. Get your questions answered. I'm going to be able to check out the social sites here as well. But if you've got some questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to I'm bringing my friend on. Done. So this is my dear friend, Teresa Gonzalez. She is a nurse. We used to work together, and she's going to share with you her story. Her story is tremendous. She could actually take quite a bit of time to share her story. I've been watching her. Her team is growing daily from what she's doing and what she's sharing with this amazing business. And I want you to hear her product story, but also what's happened with her business. So Teresa, thank you for joining. I'm going to disappear for a minute and just let you chat. Go ahead.
Let's see.
You're on.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. I'm really happy to be here tonight because I'm very passionate about Pure and what it's done for our family. Rachel shared this with us 12 years ago. And we came on board and just have never looked back. It's been really tremendous for us. And, when Rachel shared this with me, I had already kind of been a health nut. I was eating really clean. I'm kind of an exercise fiend. I was trying to do the best I could for our family to stay healthy and had no idea what I was missing. I'm hoping you can see me okay. This is kind of a weird angle. Sorry, I'm trying to get it better. But anyway, it's funny because we thought we were healthy, but I'm a firm believer when I look back that we none of us know um, when things are going to start going wrong with us, right? And we had a lot of things going on with us that we just kind of thought were the cards that we'd been dealt, and this was just how God made us. And so you just kind of become desensitized to the ailments that are going on with us. So we started. I love the cleanse, balance, build philosophy that I heard, and I trusted Rachel, and we never looked back. Like I said, within 24 hours, I definitely noticed a huge change in my energy level. In it, things just kind of continuously progressed. We had all kinds of things happen with us, from energy level going up. I had bloating and constipation issues, as did my son. I had hair loss issues. I had joint pain that I just thought was from being an athlete. I had plantar fasciitis and shin splints from being a runner that were hugely impacting my running and then my mental health as well, because that's such a huge thing for me. I love exercise. I also had gestational diabetes. So lots of things, even though we thought we were healthy, we had things going on with us. My kids both struggled with viral induced asthma and were on nebulizers. They got sick a lot, and had to be on their asthma medications. My son had tremendous constipation. He'd go 7 to 10 days. Um, and then there was my husband, who was actually very skeptical in the beginning. And he had tremendous results with his sinuses. He used to get sinus infections 3 times a year, at least, was on antibiotics. And that all went away. And so we've had so many great things happen with us, that I knew I had to share this. As a mom, I knew I had to share it. I knew other families were, if we were suffering, other families were probably suffering. And as a nurse, I knew that this was the missing link for our family, and probably is a missing link for so many other families. And so I had to share. Um, you know, Looking back, this is such a great journey for us, because like Rachel, I came in because I just wanted to get our family healthier. I love prevention, and I think there's a lot of things we can do to prevent sickness and disease. But I had no idea the impact that Pure would make for us. And so as a nurse, I feel like this is such a gift that I can give to people. Like I have to share this. It's become such a passion. I had no idea what this would do as a business. I didn't come in it for the business, but once we determined that this was going to be a part of our lifestyle and we were never going to go a day without it, and that we started sharing, and other people started sharing how they love the products as well. I, all of a sudden, we were getting these checks, and all of a sudden, we were getting enough money from these checks that we were now paying nothing for the products that were keeping our family healthy. I was like, okay, there's something to this. And so I got pretty excited about that. And then I just started, as time went on, the checks were getting larger and larger. And we now have this emergency fund that is just sitting there. And I love that. And it's become very close to my heart, because we did have a scare in 2008 when the economy tanked. My husband is a real estate developer, and we went from living very comfortably to like, holy moly, what are we going to do? Like, so I realized the importance of having an extra income and having an emergency fund. And, at the drop of a hat, things can change in our lives. And so it's smart. We have to prepare. It's kind of like your health, you can just get by until something goes wrong, and then you're in this emergency like mode. Or same with your finances, right? You can plan ahead and be proactive with it, so that in the case of an emergency, it's okay, like we have the funds. And so I think in life, like when I look at what Pure has done for us, it's been such a blessing in the realm of not only our health but our finances. And I really truly do believe that, looking back again, like again, I thought we were so healthy. I thought we were doing all the right things. And now I realize that what Pure teaches, the cleanse, balance, build philosophy, that has been the missing link. And again, I think America needs Pure. And so I will never go a day without making sure my family consumes it, but also I'll never go a day without sharing it. I don't know. Nope, not everybody is going to listen. I know that, but I'm going to be persistent because I know what this does for people. It's a huge blessing. So I hope you'll take a look at it. Um, like Rachel says, we have nothing to lose, right? The worst that can happen is we'll feel better, or we'll be putting healthy stuff in our body. And I was taking things from Costco and Walmart before, or not Walmart, Walgreens, like supplements. Never felt a difference. Pure, pure is legit. You're getting quality stuff. So thanks for letting.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa, for jumping on and sharing your story. And you guys, just so you know, I could literally bring somebody on every 5 minutes for the next week. Like we have that many amazing stories from our consumers. And so, Teresa, thank you for sharing your story. One of the people that is watching, one of you, is saying that you like the idea, but you're not good at sales. And I just want to tell you that Teresa and we're medical providers. Sales is not our strength either. But what we've learned to do, and somebody probably called you and invited you to take a look, is we just invite people in our lives and say, look, I don't know if this is for you, if any of this is for you, but it might be. Are you open to taking a look? And when I was called, I told my brothers no multiple times. Like, I don't have time. I don't have time to look. I don't have time to take a shower. I don't have time to look. I'm not interested. And they said, it's probably not for you. Just, give us an educated no. You can say no, just watch it and then give us an educated no. And oh my gosh, it's changed our life. Our life is so different. We don't struggle for income. I have a child who was able to choose to go to out of state college, and I didn't even have to bat an eye. I'm in a recording studio addition to our house that my husband was able to build us. It's just changed our lives, health wise, physical wise, financial wise. My dad is 85. He's going through the end of life decisions, and I can be very there in his life and help with those decisions financially and physically because of Pure coming into our lives 15 years ago. So what are you doing to make your future better? Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, but you can invite people and say, hey, we teach you what to say. Take a look. It might not be for you. It might be for you. I don't know. But if you can take 30 minutes a day to invite people, I can promise you can do this. Yes, Molly's passed out behind me. This is my dog. Even my dog takes the Pure Talk product. She consumes the sulfur. She consumes the Mila. She consumes the Daily Build. She consumes the mangosteen. My dog does not have the itching issues that so many doodles have. So it's for everybody in your family, even the fur babies. Okay, good night, everybody. God bless.